Hi folks, I'm Ian Baker, the product specialist here with Camping World, and today we're going to go over the 2018 Mallard M245. This is a nice little bunk model. You have the double over double bunks in the back. You have a slide out U-dinette here, great kitchen space as well, all in a fairly lightweight package. Let's start off actually right here on the ceiling. One of the things I really like about the Mallard is you have an 80-inch barreled ceiling. So you have that extra head height here in the center so you can move around. You don't feel closed in and claustrophobic. Plus they use like this nice almost wood grain paneling up here. It has a really pretty aesthetic to it. And instead of your standard tape, you kind of have the same colored strips going across. Another thing you'll notice is you have dual ducted AC. Most manufacturers, especially in this size RV, would only have a single run, but I love the fact you have two for a lot more even cooling, and of course you can turn these to direct the airflow in whatever direction you want. You'll also notice the AC unit right here has a quick dump option on there, so you can open that up and have all that cool air dump right into this main room, which is great when you're loading or unloading the RV. You'll also see LED lights there. You have that throughout the RV. LED lights are great because they use about 1/10 of the power of your standard incandescent lights, and they don't put out near the heat. Right over here is the kitchen. Now you'll see it's not inherently a huge countertop. However, they did give you a lot of different options here to make it very usable. So you have a little bit of prep space right up front. You have some storage space right here in the back. Which this is great if you have like a coffee maker, something like that. You can put the coffee maker right there. You'll notice that you have a outlet right over there. So it's kind of what they intended it for, right? So coffee maker, blender, maybe if you want to put your toaster there, something like that. They gave you kind of a dedicated space. As I mentioned, you have the prep space here. You also have dual sink top covers and a recessed cooktop with the glass cover, so you can actually utilize all of this as great prep space. The sink top covers on here are cutting board quality. So my recommendation is if you're going to use them as cutting boards, flip them over. That way when you're cutting up all your foods, the knife marks stay on the bottom here and your tops stay looking nice. When we remove that though, you'll see the double bowl sink. You have the larger bowl here on the left, the smaller one there on the right. And then you have this high-rise pull-out faucet, which makes it nice and easy to wash and rinse dishes. We'll go ahead and put those back real quick. And then right over here to the side, as I mentioned, you have your cooktop. So you can just lift this up and back. That will reveal your 3-burner cooktop there. The front one is high output. And then this glass right back here also kind of doubles as a backsplash. So that way as you're cooking, the glass is really nice and easy to clean. But you'll also notice you have the decorative backsplash right here as well. Right underneath you have an oven. So if you want to do some baking, you can do that in the Mallard here. And then next to that, underneath the sink, you see you have storage there. And it is large enough that if you want to put a trash can there, you can probably fit a small one in there. 2 full extension ball bearing drawers. You can see that right there. So that way you do have enough room for, your silverware and some of your larger utensils like spatulas, serving spoons, things like that. Right up underneath, you'll see you have an LED light, so it helps brighten the kitchen up. Of course, during the day, you have the window there for natural light. Up top, you have a nice pantry. You'll notice you don't have a stile here in the center. So if you do have some larger items, you can still fit them in there. Over to the side of that is your microwave, and directly underneath is your hood with both a light and a fan. Then rounding out your kitchen space is the Dometic fridge freezer combo. You can see that there. Plenty of space in here. You have a cutout in case you have some taller items like a 2-liter you want to stick in there. A couple of drawers down below there as well. This unit does run off both propane and electric and also has automatic switchover. Your thermostat is right here on the back wall. That does control both your ducted AC as well as your heat. Then right here in the back, you have what they call a double over double bunk, meaning the bunks are double wide. The great thing about this is if you want to put 2 kids per bunk, you can do that. Maybe if you have some, older kids or teenagers, you can certainly fit them in there too. This top one does have a 200-pound weight capacity on there. You will see there's a light on both the top and bottom as well. And then you have a window on the top, and then in the back is your window there on the bottom. So that way it lets in that natural light during the day. Right here in the corner is the bathroom. Before we go in there though, take a look at the door. I love the fact they kind of put the design on the door here. They did the same thing with the door to the bedroom. And it just gives that little extra appeal, you know, kind of makes it pop rather than just having a standard plain door. As we make our way into the bathroom, I'll kind of come in here and give you an idea of space. So, you know, as far as your toilet, it's a foot flush lever toilet. You can see you have plenty of leg room here in front. Same thing up top. It's not tight up there either. Over to the side here is your sink top and vanity. And then directly above that is your mirrored medicine cabinet. You have storage there as well. Your tank monitoring panel is in here. That is something to note. And you also have your water heater in there. Now the water heater does run off both LP and electric. Now you can turn both of those on at the same time for faster recovery. So if the whole family is going to try to knock out showers real quick in the morning, I recommend doing that, assuming of course you have shore power. Then right here is the tub shower. I'll stand in here as well. I'm 6 foot, just to give you an idea of height. And as you can see, you know, I have a couple inches here above my head, especially with the skylight. So, you know, you're 6'2", something like that. You can still shower in here fairly comfortably. You also have the hand wand as well here to aid in showering. Right outside here on our off-door side, you see a versatile storage area. So you can do a couple different things here. You have a hanging rod across the top, so if you want to hang kids' clothes, you can do that. These shelves, of course, are removable. You can leave the shelves in there for folded clothes, or if you want to use this as additional pantry space, you can certainly do that too. Right underneath is one of my favorite things about the Mallards, and that is the central vac. Folks, normally in order to get this, you have to go into a high-end fifth wheel. It's very rare you see it in a travel trailer, and I love that Mallard has put it in here because it makes cleaning a breeze. You know, even when I'm camping, I still want to keep my camper nice, you know, especially when I have friends and family and people coming in to check it out. So with this, you simply plug the hose in, flip it on, and you can vacuum everything up really nice and quickly. Moving over a little further, we get into the slide-out U-dinette. So huge dinette right here. You can see how nice and large that is. So that way, you know, the whole family can sit around here, play games together, eat a meal together. And if you need additional sleeping space, this actually drops down into a large bed. You simply remove the 2 legs here, the table will sit down along the rails, take the back cushion, put it on top, and that will give you that additional sleeping space. Couple windows to help let in natural light, and storage all the way across the top. It has kind of the decorative glass on there, and it's strut supported, so it's easy one-hand operation. That way you can kind of reach in here, grab what you need. You don't have to hold it open. And if little kids are getting up here, you don't have to worry about it, you know, falling down and smashing their fingers or anything like that. Right over across the way is the entertainment center. And on a rainy day, this is great. You can sit in the U-dinette, you know, just kind of sit back and relax, watch the TV here. And you can see how nice and big this opening is. That way you can fit a larger TV. So, basically everyone in the RV there can watch it. Now, if you want to watch it in the bedroom, I'll show you when we go in there, but this does swivel around. So it's a 180-degree swivel. That way you can watch TV in the bedroom at night, which is pretty great. You'll also notice you have storage up top, that same decorative glass there. Cubby hole right underneath here with storage down below. And then over to the side, you will see your Multimedia Center. The cool thing about this is not only is this a radio and CD player, but this is also a DVD player. So if you want to watch a movie, you can pop it right in there. You have these cables which will plug into the back of the TV, and that will let you watch that DVD. That unit also controls the speakers both in here as well as the ones outside, and it is Bluetooth capable. As we make our way into the bedroom, you see the queen bed right here in the center, and on both sides you have great storage options. You'll see the nightstand here with the cubby hole underneath, and you have an electrical outlet on both sides of the bed as well. So if you need to charge any electronics or plug in a CPAP machine at night, you can do that on both sides of the bed. Right up top, you have mirrored wardrobe space with hanging rods going across there, and additional storage going across the center right here. You'll also notice right here, as I had mentioned, this is the swivel TV, so this does swivel around. That way you can watch a show at night. Now that we've seen the inside, let's take a quick look at some of the outside features on the Mallard 245. Right up front, you have 2 20-pound propane tanks with your cover. Super simple to get in there, folks. Just undo these 2 screws, lift up the door, and you are in. Right behind that, you have rails here for your battery. And then coming up the front, you have the black diamond plating, which helps protect the front end from some of the rocks and debris that will get thrown up by your tow vehicle. If we take a look right over here, something else that's pretty cool. As a standard, you will see this one comes equipped with solar prep. So all you have to do is buy the portable panels, plug it in right there, and it will trickle charge your battery. Another thing you'll notice right underneath here, you kind of see this cardboard. What that is, folks, is that is a fully enclosed and heated underbelly on the Mallard. So what that means for you is, one, it's going to keep all that road grime and everything out of there. And also, if you're camping in some of the colder seasons, as long as the furnace is running, it will make sure it's nice and warm down below as well to help prevent those lines from freezing up on you. If you take a look up top, you have this beautiful front cap. You have the fiberglass painted cap, looks really nice, and you have the LED lights on both sides. So not only does it look great during the day, but it also pops at night. As we come around to the side, we'll take a look at the pass-through real quick. Look how wide this door is. If you have some bigger items like, you know, your larger chairs, grills, things like that, you can actually slide them in here. You'll also see you have a covered hinge so it won't rust out on you. And it's magnetic. That way you can just put it up and forget about it. So if the kids come by, you know, and they hurt, and, you know, they just try to shut it like that, no big deal. You're not breaking any clips off the wall. You're not going to damage anything. And as you saw, it's slam latch, so it just shuts right for you. If we take a look in the pass-through itself, it's nice and open here. You'll see over on this wall, you have a couple LED lights there. Take a look at this too. You also have power stabilizer jacks. One of them will control the two front ones. The other one will control the two rear jacks. You can see those right down below here. And folks, you want to talk about making it simple to hook up and disconnect, you know, your breakdown camp. The power stabilizer jacks really save you a lot of time and effort. Speaking of power, we also have a power awning on this coach. Just touch a button to roll that out. Same thing to have it go right back in. And you have an LED light strip on there so you can just flip a light on at night. Getting into the 245 is nice and simple as well. You have 3 fold-out steps here, and you have a grab handle for some extra control. You'll also notice there's a window here in the door, which helps let a lot of natural light into the RV during the day. If we take a look back up top, you'll notice 2 outside speakers here. As I mentioned, we were inside. Those are connected to that Multimedia Center, but that unit's Bluetooth capable. So if you want to sit out here on your phone or your tablet, you can certainly hook up to that via Bluetooth. Right here, you have an electrical outlet. Need to plug some stuff in outside. That's the place to do it. And then here is your freshwater fill. So if you're going somewhere you don't have city water hookup, you'll probably want some water. That is the place you fill your fresh tank. Let's take a look right down below. A couple things you'll notice. One is gorgeous aluminum alloy wheels. The great thing about aluminum alloy, folks, is not only does it look nice now, but it'll continue to look nice in the future because aluminum doesn't rust. You also have nitrogen-filled tires there, which help hold that tire pressure for a longer period of time, and what they call the wide track suspension, which essentially is a widespread axle system that helps when you're towing. It gives you more stability and helps reduce sway while going down the road. We make our way back a little bit further and you see this beauty right here. Again, slam latches just like up front. It's also magnetic. And when we open this up, this is one of my favorite parts about a bunk model. This is your outside kitchen. Right back here is your refrigerator. So, you know, if you want to put some condiments in here, some beverages, you can do that too. You can have some pop, some beer, whatever else you want to put in there. You do have a light here as well in case you need some light at night. You see the plumbed sink there. You also have TV hookup. So, you know, if you want to put a TV out back here, you can absolutely do that as well. And couldn't call it an outside kitchen if you couldn't cook? Well, here you go, folks. You have a 2-burner cooktop right here. The gas line is right here. That just connects right underneath. You'll see the propane quick connect right there. Now, bear in mind, if you're more of a griller, you don't want to use a cooktop, that's not a problem. Bring your own grill. You can hook it up to that quick connect as well. So it does give you some versatility and cooking options there. When you come around to the back, one of the other things you'll notice is this guy right here. You have a spare tire mounted on the bumper with a cover. Folks, hopefully you never have to use a spare tire, but in the event that you do, it's a great peace of mind knowing it's riding right back here on the tire. It'll be in good shape because it has the cover on there, and it's super easy to access. You're not going to have to crawl underneath your RV to get to it because it is mounted right there. You also have some additional storage back here. This is pretty cool too. That's something you just don't get very often, especially when you have an outside kitchen on a bunk model. So I like that they utilize this space and gave you that little extra storage. If We take a look up top there, you see this unit does have backup camera prep. This is a decent size RV, and if you want a backup camera, having that prep makes it easier to install, meaning it will save you money on labor. When you come around to the off-door side, couple things right here as well. If we take a look right underneath right here, you will see your termination. Both your gray and black will terminate right there. And then right up top here, you will notice you have an outside shower with both hot and cold water access. Your city water inlet is right here. Black tank flush to help you wash out your black tank. 30 amp detachable power cord plugs in right here. And then your cable inlet is directly above that. All right, folks, that wraps it up. Again, this is the 2018 Mallard M245. If you're interested in this bunk model and you'd like price and availability, simply click on the link in the description below. Thanks again for watching. I'm Ian Baker, and let's go camping.